All right, welcome back to an episode of Roundball. The whole crew is here. J-Bo, Hunter, Dukes. We got Champa on the ones and twos. Boys, how are we doing?
Yo, yo, yo.
Jordan, not paying attention for the fucking 2 seconds we fucking start. What'd you get a haircut and you think you're all cool now?
I mean, at least if you were to tweet at me, at least I would respond. It shows a lot that you're ducking. I tweeted at you 85 fucking times. You didn't respond to one of them. I would too when you have your whole fucking Purdue fan base in your comments. I'd probably duck away from that too.
What'd you say about Purdue?
I didn't say anything. I just
No, I'm talking about Marty.
Oh. Let's just start with that real quick. Purdue, oh, my bad. Purdue's a good team. Zach Edey's 9,000 pounds and 9 feet, and he got every call for him. We had nothing to do. And also, Duke shot like 2 of, what were they? 2 of 45?
You don't have any shooters. You're acting like they have a good shooters on their team.
Yes, they do. Tyrese Proctor's a good shooter. Proctor's a good shooter. They have good shooters. The problem is
they're squeaking by a Pac-12. They're squeaking by an Oregon State team 54-51. You're telling me they're a good fucking team, and they come on, turn around, lose by 20 to Purdue. They're not good this year. You tell me your UNC. What?
Is Xavier a bad team?
You guys only hit 2 threes.
I'm just saying you guys are putting up very low numbers on offensive end. You're gonna say that they can score the ball this year.
Is Xavier a bad team?
I didn't say anything about Xavier. I'm saying you guys personally I mean, they're 4-2 right now. Probably gonna be 4-3 after the Gonzaga game. So right now, it's not looking like a great win.
You want my rational take or my irrational take?
I'm just saying that Duke won't be in the top 25 by January. You want to say UNC prediction? That's my prediction.
Oh my God, I think
they're the same team.
They are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Kansas. They all give me the same
vibe. Duke loses to Kansas and Purdue, and they're just not good. They beat the teams they have to beat, and they fucking lost to 2 good teams. It's not like UNC who lost to Iowa State, got smoked, and they lost to a good Alabama team. Like,
all right, we'll see. We'll see when they play another Big Ten school in a couple days. They play Ohio State. We'll see what happens.
That's an
Duke plays Ohio State.
Yeah, that's
Duke
an easy
Ohio
one.
State.
That Duke?
Really?
I think it's at Ohio State.
Did you watch the Duke game today?
I thought they just played at Ohio
You
State.
did.
They couldn't shoot threes. There's 2 problems. The number 1 recruit in the country, the number 2 recruit in the country, don't seem like they know how to play basketball at the moment. I don't know what's happening. Lively doesn't do anything. He just doesn't score. He blocks the ball sometimes and gets rebounds, but he doesn't do shit. And Drake Whitehead,
0 points.
Yeah, 0 points. You got a little foul trouble, but like Drake Whitehead, what are you doing, dude? You're the number 2 recruit in the country. We're waiting for you to come back. I know it's like his 3rd or 4th game back, and like they're easing him way in, but holy shit. I can't have Jalen Blake's taking fucking 6 threes a game because that guy ain't going to do shit. It's just they are very deep, but they are not shooting the ball well right now. I have nothing to say for them. They looked awful today. But they are a good basketball team.
I think the Duke UNC game this year will be the least anticipated basketball game ever in rivalry history.
Yeah, it'll be the fraud.
Oh wow, that is true. Damn.
Now everyone's just okay on my take about UNC when
no. I'm saying Duke is that bad of a basketball team.
Yeah, they're like 20. They're like 15 to 20. They're closer to 15 to 25 than 5-1.
But I mean, I think it's hard for Lively though going against.
They're not like bad, but they're not
a freshman. It's not an easy. That's pretty damn hard for him.
Is 5-2, and you guys pretty much. I am going to wait on this, and first of all, you guys, the ACC is dog shit. There's 3 good teams, and then there's 1 or 2 okay teams in Miami, and I don't even know if there's another okay team.
I think NC State is low.
NC State had a good win as well. So there's 5 teams in there. And then maybe someone will come out of the shitter. But, yeah, look, Duke didn't look good. But then let's move right to UNC. They haven't What?
They lost to a good Alabama team tonight, and it was the worst
Oh.
basketball game I've ever seen in my life.
4 overtimes.
Yeah, it's 4 overtimes. It was the worst 4 overtime game I ever watched.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Like, I do like Caleb Love, but 36 shots is just crazy.
Bro, he's gonna need Tommy Johnson.
That is so
No.
crazy.
No one else will shoot the ball though. Pete Nance is throwing the ball four fucking football fields in the stands to end the
That
4th
one,
overtime game.
The last play, that inbounds play.
What was that?
That's something where, bro, after the game, like, you gotta be like, yo, what the hell? Who were you throwing? There was nobody
No
there.
one there. There's no one there.
There was nobody there. But he's got to take more than 4 shots in a game. He's got to take more than 4. Like, P. Nance, you're too good to be taking 4 shots.
Why was Baycott out then if Nance wasn't bringing anything to the table? Baycott had 20 and 10. He didn't play the last 15 minutes of the game.
I think because of matchups, like I think Alabama had the Charles Bedico kid, and I think they put – I don't know how, because I think if they did that, Pete Nance would be on, like, Brandon Miller, and I don't think they wanted Leaky Black on him. So I think it was for defensive matchups. But when you got a dude who's got 20 and 10, like you said, and he's shooting over 50% from the field, I don't know why you don't have him in. He wasn't in, like you said, for the last 2 overtimes.
Yeah. He's their best player. How does he not play? I don't even care about matchups. Like, if you're your best player, how are you not in the game when – I mean, that's a big game. Like, it didn't seem like it because it was a consolation game. That's going to be a huge game comes tournament time. It's a neutral site game against 2 top 25 teams.
Crazy stat, 58 minutes for Caleb Love.
Damn, that's what I was going to say.
That's playing equivalent to a game and a half.
But look at Hunter's math right there. That was pretty good.
Michigan, baby.
Didn't that just also show that UNC has no bench at all? They had Puff Johnson, then who else, bro? They don't have they played 4 overtimes.
To be fair though, Alabama's a really good basketball team. So the fact that they hung around with them four overtimes, so it goes to prove my point that even that loss, UNC is still a top 25 team. Alabama's going to be a top 10 team.
You're forgetting the Iowa State loss. That's a bad loss.
No, it's not. Iowa State's going to beat UConn tonight. Iowa State's really fucking good.
Yeah, I don't think Iowa State's a bad loss at all.
I don't think for a number 1 team is it's not a bad loss, but it's not. It's just.
You said bad loss. No, don't walk it back now. You said bad loss.
You know what? I'm gonna say it's a bad loss. You guys just always. I don't know why you think this UNC team is so good when they're just not.
I just think they're a top 25 team.
You can't tear down a team that's good though to say that they're bad. Iowa State is not a bad loss.
Iowa State, Villanova is a bad basketball team. They are bad basketball.
That's a better loss than who just lost to Portland.
Portland's pretty good this year. Portland almost beat Michigan State just now.
But I'm saying, who just lost to Portland yesterday?
Nova.
Am I tripping?
Nova, yeah.
Nova. I feel like that's a worse loss than
Nova lost every. They're
2-5, man.
2-5, bro. They lost to Iowa State, beat them in overtime. Iowa State is not that good of a team, and
they'll be top 5 in the Big 12.
Top 5 in the Big 12.
Yeah, I think Otzelberger is a really good coach.
He
is a great coach.
He actually, I think, is coming on the podcast soon. So
I'll 5.
But I'm just saying, I think that UNC, those who has UNC, they just beat bad teams. They can't beat good teams.
It's also unrealistic to expect them to go undefeated. You're going to get losses.
Undefeated. You got to beat a good team. They beat all the shitty teams. Their 5 wins are against all shitty teams. I'm not expecting them to go undefeated. Well, number 1 team or one of the best teams in the country has to win a tough game. They didn't win any of the tough games so far.
Oh man, this season's been so crazy, bro. It's like the NCAA tournament, but in freaking November.
Now wait, before you go on, can we talk about the Phil Knight tournament? How poorly there's no fans there.
Why is there so many Phil Knight tournaments?
No, it's Nike, one tournament, but they have 2 gyms.
No, it was there was a Phil Knight.
The women's team was there too.
No, Duke Invitational and Phil Knight Legacy. There's 2 different tournaments of Phil Knight, which was wild. Like Duke was in the Phil Knight one, and North Carolina was in the Phil Knight one.
Wait, are you saying? Wait, can we go back? You said okay. You're talking about UNC not having a good win. Who has Duke beat? If you're saying Xavier's not a good team,
anyone either. I'll admit that they haven't been. They have lost every tough game that they. Well, Xavier's also like I don't think is a. I'm not saying it's a great win, but it's still a tough.
you just said they were bad. Like
That's an Iowa State. They're on the same. They're on the same level as like Iowa State.
You
Well, there
just
you go,
said
though.
you
proved my
just said
point.
they were bad.
When did I say Xavier was bad?
Oh wait, maybe that was me.
That was you. And
I don't think I
Duke
said
just
that.
said Duke just said Iowa State and Xavier are the same level, and Duke beat Xavier. Like they have had a Duke has played harder games than UNC, and UNC can't win any tough games right now. That's just a fact. Who does UNC have coming up? And we'll see.
They lost in 4 overtimes. They basically lost 4 like a coin flip.
They lost, and then look who they have next. They got at Indiana Wednesday. We'll see after that too.
That'll be a big game.
If they can win that one, I will say, hey, they can win a big game.
That's gonna be tough going from.
But they
West
did.
Coast to East
They would have
Coast.
won a big game if they beat Indiana.
What?
You're saying if they won that?
I said if they
If they-
beat Indiana, I will admit that they can win a tough game, but they haven't
If
yet.
they win at Indiana, they're still a top 10 team.
Sure. What do you think they'll be ranked after this weekend?
Probably like 15.
That's close
I think-
to not. That's
I
close to
think
not
19.
ranked. That's
19.
close to not ranked, boys.
I'd say 15 because their losses were. Wait, how much was the Iowa State one?
They lost by 5.
And then this one was by 1.
2.
So
4 overtimes.
it wasn't like they got blown out. So I'd say 15.
Well, it also depends on the teams in front of them. Like Iowa State's going to move up a ton. Purdue's going to be a top 5 team.
Yeah. Virginia.
Yeah, what's
Kansas.
going to happen to Duke?
Virginia
How-
will be top 5.
Duke is
Me
going to
too.
go down to 12.
Yeah, I would say probably 12 to 16. They're going to be around the same area, Duke and North Carolina.
I think they'll be above UNC.
Man.
All right, that's enough ACC. But Hunter's right, bro. Like this week was fucking crazy, and I know I just said all that shit. I don't know how much you can take from this week. Like,
Minnesota, I think.
they're playing 3 games in 4 days.
It's
Most of these
tough.
guys, 3
Tough.
games, 4 days early on. You're just trying to still figure shit out. That's why college basketball is fucking nuts to start right away. But I think that Arizona won the Maui, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Beat Creighton, Cincy, and San Diego State. I mean, that's just Arizona's fucking really good. We all knew that. TCU kind of came back from their bad loss. They beat they beat Iowa, right, J-Bo?
You know who they beat.
I don't know. I just had to ask. Did they beat Iowa?
TCU was a preseason top 15 team.
Oh, there we go. But they're not now. They're not ranked.
They will be.
Yes. They beat Iowa. It's bad. I don't know. It's just like,
They beat a top 25 team on a neutral
Iowa's,
site.
should be worried about Iowa. Is Iowa in panic mode?
They lost one game to a top 25 team.
No, they weren't top 25.
They will be.
But they weren't. When
I'm
they
going
were.
off by the end of the year because that's when the fucking wins matter. That's when the tournament committee looks at them.
Stop being.
TCU will be a top 25
being
team.
so mean over there, right?
I'm not being mean. I just need under 75 points right now.
Oh my god.
Speaking of a lot of minutes, that was kind of a crazy stat line. And Pat McCaffrey had like 37 minutes and 0 points, 0 rebounds. Like he put up the whose meme is that?
Pat did that?
Well, he got in his dad's doghouse, and when you get in Fran's doghouse, it's tough to get out of for that game. I've been there a couple times.
Someone combined him and Connor's numbers, and it was not pretty.
That's not fair. Connor does that all the time. But Pat, it's because his neck, bro. He just got to clean up that neck, and once he goes to the barber, he'll be way better.
I did notice that. I didn't notice it the first game, but then you said it after that. I was like, oh my god, Pat, that is not a good look for Iowa boys.
He's got to clean.
Bro,
it up.
I don't know. I gotta take a peek at that, what you're talking about, and see what his beard is talking about.
I'm going to the game next week, and I will tell him to clean up his neck. All right, let's go through.
4 overtimes, bro. You gotta like look.
One
let's
How
not
do
time.
they only wait? How do they only score 100 points? First off,
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
lot of.
that's insane to me.
Yeah, but like 4 like waiting. I remember like if you have to wait for a game in 1 overtime sucks. Like because it's like you have to wait a whole another like 10 minutes. Like you have to try to warm up, but like you don't want to just be stretching for nothing. 4 overtimes, that's like an extra hour, including like stoppage and everything, of you just waiting around, not knowing that the game's gonna go to 4 overtimes. So right when the game's about to end, you're like, okay, bet I'm ready to go out there, and then another overtime. Boom. That's gotta be so hard to try to play after.
You know what's crazy? I bet Dukes and Marty didn't ride because they just don't know basketball.
I don't know. I think that you guys.
So you
don't
didn't
know
do
shit.
it?
I don't think that you guys. I think you
Also,
guys.
keep me out.
You guys play basketball, so like, yeah, you know the game and shit, but you only know your teams. You don't know nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you heard some of your takes so far?
I mean, Marty,
Wow.
I've seen a graphic about
Yeah, you're
something.
kind of low. You're down. You're down
It
pretty
said
far.
like some people were like +2,
Whoa,
-2 with something,
Whoa.
and then you were like -100.
Well, yeah, that's a lot of sports, but college basketball, I'm the best gambler at Barstool right now.
I don't know.
don't
Like I
believe
couldn't follow the graphic that good, but
I would honestly say
You were
my
very
record's
low.
definitely better than yours this season.
I mean, first of all, my biggest take is the number 1 team won't be ranked, and like they're already going to be 19. Like that's, I don't know, that's a pretty good take.
that
I
is
might have nailed Purdue.
What was your take?
I said after game 1, like I thought they were very good.
I mean, that was my next point. Is Purdue beating West Virginia, beating Gonzaga, and then beating Duke was a great showing by them.
Top 5.
Purdue's good.
It's hard to like for non-conference teams. It's hard. I always say this. It's harder to play non-conference team, or it's easier to play against non-conference teams because, like in score, it's hard for teams to like do a 2-day prep and try to prepare for Zach Edey when you've never seen him before. Like he's such a
not a
different
human
beast
being,
than everybody
bro.
else.
Hunter, aren't you what? You're 7'2"?
7'1.5".
And what?
He's like 7'3". He's like 7'3".
7'1"1".
Yeah,
7'3",
that's so
7'4".
funny to use the half when you're 7'1".
Yeah, it's like
But-
Like, I use it when I'm like,
you're-
But bro, like,
a little
usually
taller.
when you're like 5'9", you're like, yeah.
Once you get above 7 feet, bro, those inches are like just way different.
Hey, yo.
I said 7 feet. The inches are way different. I don't think that's a pause moment. I don't
damn.
think that's a pause moment. I don't think. So.
Pause.
I don't think that's a pause moment. But
Let's
no, it's just hard to game plan for him because you just can't move the man when he's in the paint, and they look for him. Like Matt Painter does a great job of getting his guards to be able to not only like try like want to feed the post, but be able to do it so good.
They always can fucking shoot, man. They always have
always
some
can
shooters
shoot.
on
They
them.
weren't supposed to this year too.
They
That's
weren't,
why
yeah.
I didn't think I would have had them number 1 if they were shooting. If I knew they had go-to shooters like they were this year in the Big
I
Ten.
thought it was
This
gonna
is
be a
a better
down year
team,
for
I think,
them,
than
and
last
they
year.
have been really good.
Yeah, they're honestly better. Gillis is playing better. Like
Dude,
Morton's
is so
playing really
good.
well. Lawyer is unreal. Smith, he's the point guard they needed.
Yep, exactly. Dude, the way that they played together as like a team, and then last year when they had, Jaden, they had Edie, then you had a balanced Trevion, like they were so legit as just like a basketball team, not like so much
Bro.
like
I know, like, dude, you're right. Like, I think that it sounds stupid. Like, when you have Williams and Ivy, you're like, and Edie, you're obviously they're a good fucking team, but they're not like a well-oiled machine. Like,
No, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Their team last year was they were better than this year. I'm sorry.
Well, here
I can't say it.
also the year before when they were all like they still had a year to come back, they got so much hype but like the first year that they all played together, no one really had like egos or expectations. And going to last year, they were one of the best offenses last year, but their
Yeah,
defense
they didn't guard anybody. either.
but you
their
know what I
defense-
mean, though,
just
right?
the
Like,
balance between those 3 players, like nobody on this team really has an ego. Like you only
That's
know you're
what
gonna put it to
I'm saying.
Edie,
That is true.
and
That is
their
true.
shooters can just expand the floor. Like last
Bro,
year, who's gonna get the last shot? Edie.
Oh no,
Trevion,
their team was so good last year. They had freaking
Yes,
way more
they
hoopers.
were.
Way
you
more
had
hoopers.
Ivy, Edie, Williams were just like the combo of Williams and Edie was crazy because it's like as a big man, like usually when you're able to play one and like see him go out and have the backup big come in, usually like, okay, good, let's go. Like this is time where it's like I can not relax on defense, but like it's not like you got Zach Edey on offense, you got like their backup. Having Travion Williams come in and just be like hungry because it's like he just got in, he's looking for the ball. All the other starters are tired, so like they're like, yo, we'll give him the ball. He's ready to go. It's tough. And then having Sasha come, they were better last year. They're really good this year, though.
I'm saying that they're good, but sometimes when, like Duke is saying, like you have all those
basketball
Eagles,
players.
Javen Ivey needs the ball a lot.
You're
like,
right.
He's one of the best, but like this team, they fucking share the wealth like there's no tomorrow, and then they also just have Zach Edey down there if they want. Like
that's fair.
It's also like the sum of its parts equal a whole. Like, yeah, like if you match them up last year's roster to this year's roster, like, yeah, you like Jaden gets the nod. Like Stefanovic might get the nod, but like this squad, when they all work together, I think just produces a better basketball team.
That's half my point on UNC, where they have Love, they have Davis, they have Baycott. There's all these guys that need the ball and egos from last year.
Yeah, but they already did it though.
Yeah, but they did it last year without egos, bro. They didn't have any egos.
It's hard when you got
understand
guys
that.
coming back and they expect a certain thing.
I agree 100%, but I know their coaching staff at UNC, they're gonna figure it out. They're too good of a program. There's too much history to happen for them to have a huge downslide this year after what they did last year. It's not gonna happen. It won't happen.
All right, well that'll be clipped when they lose the next 3 games, but next 2 games.
Okay, even if they lose the next 2 games, they're still going to be in the NCAA tournament.
Virginia Tech.
At Virginia Tech?
Yeah.
I think Virginia Tech's not like too bad.
They're not.
Virginia Tech's good too.
All right, let's go away from some games right now.
I just know that Indiana game's gonna be so close.
It's gonna be a good game.
Let's
talk some big topics that happened. Fuck, we gotta talk about Doug Edert. Fucking the bitch slap off was fucking the best thing about college basketball. First of all, the Syracuse guy, I forget his name right now.
Judah Mintz. He's from DMV. I've never seen such a nonchalant slap ever. It was the most disrespectful slap you can do because he didn't like fucking whack him. He just was like literally, you're my bitch, and slapped him. And it was awesome. And then Doug Edert realizes it, fucking whacks him from the side, and the clip stopped at first. And I was like, oh, all right, yeah, of course. You get slapped, all bets are off. Like, I'd rather get punched in the face by someone than slapped. That's just a fact. Slap is more disrespectful to me. No? I feel like Judah, he tried to slap him and get away with it. And
he did, because he just walked away, bro.
Yeah, he tried to get away with it. I'm like, you slap somebody.
Is that if you watch the video, fucking all of Bryant's teammate Bryant looked at Doug after, it was like, because I don't think they saw the first slap, and they're like, what are you doing, you fucking moron, like going after him. But do you guys not think, all right, listen to my full take. I think Doug's a pussy for what he did. I think he should listen, let me do the full take. He slapped him in the back. He slapped him 100%. I think you should do that. But you all know in sports, you can easily look like the big tough guy because you know your teammates are going to hold you back. No one's going to really throw fucking punches at you. And he ran away.
Is that I'll take?
Bro, he ran away so fast.
I'll take.
I thought it was such a pussy move.
I'll take.
What'd you say, Duke?
I thought it was such a pussy move.
It's not a pussy move. You have a 6'8" guy running,
6'10"
at you.
I get it.
6'10" guy. This is
what's he gonna do, bro? He's not gonna punch you.
You don't know what he's gonna do, Marty. You don't know the man.
You saw what he did. He ran around, which was smart. He's using his instincts. He's not gonna just stand there and let a 6'10" dude come at you, pause, and do whatever he wants to you. He turned around and then he started getting ready to fight again. Like, it's not like
the correct take, I think, is that he's smart. Like, I wouldn't have fought the guy either. But you also have to know that you're going to be called a pussy.
Yeah, like it wasn't a runaway, bro. bro, it wasn't.
Yeah, but
a
everyone that's calling him a
The
pussy
video
has
is
never
bad.
been in a fight.
Yeah,
though. Everyone that's calling him a pussy right now on social media has never been in a fight.
That's such a lie, bro.
Yeah,
That is not a fight.
My take on it is like the first. It was funny because it's like Judah smacked him, and so I think like Doug, like it was just funny how Doug felt the need to slap him and not like punch him. I feel like it was like an eye for an eye type deal.
Yeah, no, slap. When you slap, you gotta slap back. It's a
You gotta slap back.
type
But
thing, bro.
I will admit, like if that was me in that situation, like after you done just slapped him, like I feel like if I saw him come, like you got to kind of like back up a little bit and assess the situation and see like where people are going to come from, because it's like if you just think like you're going to slap him and like nothing's going to happen, you got to like he's got 4 teammates around him.
Yeah,
You
facts.
want to see where they are.
That's all right, Jordan. Let me. Yes,
But wait, I will say this before you go, Marty. If I were to get in an encounter with some if I were to get in an encounter with another team, the 3 other guys, if you show that graphic again, the 3 other guys with him, Earl Timberlake, Walker, and Kenny from Bryant, I know all 3 of those guys. Those are 3 guys you want with you in an encounter.
And he knew that.
3 guys,
that's why.
you
That's
definitely
what I was
want.
getting at.
You see Earl in
That's-
the background.
Yeah.
You guys, I promise you, Doug was good. Doug was
That's,
No,
what
very
I'm,
that's
good.
fine.
that's
That's-
exactly what I was getting at. Yes.
that's fine. All right.
You want those 3 guys with you.
Hunter, have you ever gotten into a fight?
I've gone into like a scrap, and it was actually fun. Like in high school, it wasn't like a fight, but like it was like a pushing thing. And one kid was like running after me. Earl was on our bench. So let's say it happened where like the opposing team's bench was right there where Brian is, and our bench was on the other side. Earl came from the other side and ran all the way in there and was in the mix with me. That's a guy that obviously, like I played with him. I love Earl Timberlake. Wait, show that back, Champa. Are you doing this? Yeah, those 3 guys right there with him. You cannot pick a better 3.
And he knew that.
Yeah, he knew that, but bro, first of all, Hunter, if you slapped someone and ran away at 17,
I'm not. I would never run
Where-
away, but I would back up a step to kind of see
But-
where all the other players
You
are.
see, you guys are thinking.
Bro,
of
he
the
ran
fact
away
that
like
this
he
is-
ding dong ditched a house. And he's in 3rd
Okay,
grade.
but
You
what is
guys-
he gonna do, bro? If he's
listen.
6'1" and there's a 6'10" guy chasing him,
Hunter,
He's
you're gonna
smart.
complete. They don't understand this. Me and you will, Hunter. When you're getting a fight on, no, it's true. When you guys what you guys are thinking of when these 2 personally one-on-one, it was a one-on-one fight. When you get in a fight on a basketball court, all 5 guys on that team is gonna have that guy's back, and all 5 guys are gonna have the other guy's back. So we're talking about as a 5-on-5 fight now. We're not talking about a one-on-one. And anyone that's on a court and has a fight like that knows that. So that's exactly what he's doing. He's going
That's
around.
what I'm
and he's
saying, bro. That's what I'm saying is that he, no matter what on a court, all your teammates are coming. Like the 6'10" guy came. Yes, he could run away for a second until his teammates get him, but his teammates had him, and he continued to zigzag. Bro, he was going like this. He was fucking going nuts.
If you play the video back again, they weren't actually going after Doug at a certain point. Once those guys got involved, the Syracuse players were talking shit to the guys that were helping Doug.
Yeah, they were, but that thing is, he kept running. He almost went to the locker room. Doug Edwards wanted to go home. He wanted to run home. He was
I
so.
think we're
I don't
confusing
think-
smart with being a pussy like that. I just
No,
don't.
but that's why I don't want it twisted. I think it's smart being a pussy at
See,
all times.
That's what I'm saying. That's my.
I think it is smart
Yeah,
being a pussy.
you slap him, and then
Yeah.
you look at Judah
Yeah.
Mintz, and that guy comes out of nowhere and just claps.
Bro,
you.
fighting's the stupidest thing in the world. I'm not
Smacks the
getting
hell out
close.
of you.
I think being a pussy's smart by him, but you got it. He looked like a pussy. Either way.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. Like
Yeah.
being a pussy, like nobody's gonna like
I
respect
think
Doug.
you kind of
All
agree
right,
with that,
all right,
Jordan, no?
all right. Yeah, I to an extent, but let's say the situation happened where he got slapped like he did, and he just like fell down and started holding his face. Is that worse off than what he did?
No, because if he took him on, I'd be being like, what a fucking moron he is. Why did he think he could take him on? But what a tough
No.
son of a-
No, I'm
Now
saying,
I'm calling him a
the,
smart pussy.
no,
If
I'm
he
saying
held his
originally,
face- if he-
the original slap, he got slapped by Mitz. He goes down on the ground and starts holding his face instead of going after Mitz and slapping him in the face, which is worse.
Worse is him holding his face.
Right.
Yeah, 1000%.
No. Again, I respect him slapping him back. No man should get slapped in the face and then do nothing unless.
Bro,
like,
one thing that I
Look
hate.
at this video.
How does Doug Edder get ejected? That's one thing I've never gotten. I've never understood about
Look
society.
at that.
How does somebody who retaliates always get the same punishment that the man gets?
Because
How
you're
does-
not supposed
How
to
does Doug Enter
retaliate.
get ejected when all he did was defend himself? If you slap me, I should be able to get a free slap back on you and not get
100
ejected. Give me a
100%. I
foul.
agree.
Give me a technical foul or something. But he should not have been ejected. That's something I've never understood with society.
I agree. I kind of agree, but you just can't slap someone back.
But why not? Like,
What do you mean? Why not? You're not allowed to hit people.
so
Oh,
Marty, so you're playing basketball and I just clock the hell out of you. You should just be like, you should be the bigger man and not do anything back.
maybe he
Believe me,
doesn't get you suspended.
I'm so with you, Hunter. I would love, like, there should be, like, every sport should be able to do what hockey does, is take the gloves off and fucking fight and just serve
I'm
5
saying,
minutes
like-
on the bench. Like, those two. But again, I think we're all weirdly kind of agreeing. I would love Doug to come on, and I'd call him a pussy to his face, even though I would do the same exact thing that he did.
Yeah, Dukes.
What?
Greg Gard didn't hit back.
And it is silent.
Got a point.
He was the one that provoked.
Also,
That's fair.
no,
I was
but
on
He was the
side.
provoker. My man
Well,
wanted to
to
walk
be
through the
honest,
line. He
if
wanted
I'm
to walk
Greg
through the
Gard,
line,
bro,
Marty. He wanted to get out of there. He
if
said
I'm
his
Greg-
piece and
let
wanted
me-
to keep walking. My man stopped him.
if I was Greg Gard and I saw Jawan coming at me, I wouldn't do anything either
Oh,
because I'd be scared. Like,
Yeah,
that's
well,
just
I-
what.
Hey,
I'm not
Hunter,
gonna. Swan came after me. I might run like Doug.
Yeah.
I feel like what doesn't get talked about in that fight is that one of your assistant coaches just completely just tackling that dude by the scoreboard and is just dismantling him, punching him on the ground. Like, it just doesn't get talked about enough.
I didn't see that part. I don't know anything about it.
I don't even know. I don't even think anything happened to that guy.
Let's
Also-
not that's not that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry, but can we go back to the Syracuse game? And did you guys see what happened to head coaches Boeheim and
Grasso?
can't think Grasso? Yeah.
Oh, Boeheim was throwing major shade, and then the comments under about Boeheim were crazy.
So
Bro.
wait.
Dude, the comments are.
the
Wait,
comments
real
were so
quick.
crazy.
I
about
said
Boeheim.
one to Marty. I was like,
Well, I'm gonna say that on here because that's just funny as fuck. Wait, was Grasso like in the scrum?
no, this
No,
is
I don't
after the
think so.
game.
It was
No,
after the game. Like
he
it was
didn't-
because
he
it was
didn't
about
leave
the
it.
handshaking after the game. I think
Yeah.
handshaking.
So explain to everyone what happened if they didn't see.
So basically, there's I didn't see the video, but I just saw the press conferences. Boeheim was pissed that the Bryant players didn't shake Syracuse players' hands after the game, and he's like, "That's just what you do. You handshake after games." And he said that Grasso gave a sarcastic apology, and it was totally fake about it.
So first of all, to hit that, handshakes should just not be part of sport anymore. I think you should not have to slap hands after you lose or win. You should just go celebrate your team. Other places should walk off.
Yeah, I
Most
agree
of
with
the
that. I
times-
agree. It should be like see who you want to see and then get out.
Yeah, if
the
you
door.
know someone on the team, you go over and shake like, "Hey, good job," but like you're mostly gonna get bad shit coming out of handshakes because one team's really upset they just fucking lost, and the other team wants to just put their nuts on your face. Like handshakes are one of the stupidest things we all do.
I love handshake lines.
Yeah, as a fan, it's fun because there's
No,
always
I
weird
think
shit.
in
happening.
college it should be a thing. I think in college it should be a thing, but I don't think it should be in pros. And I
You
know
know-
that makes no sense.
You know
Well,
what?
it's not really a thing in pros. I don't even think. I mean, we
I
don't
think they
do
might
it
have
in G
gotten rid of
League.
it after the bubble.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
forget we have a professional basketball player on the team on the podcast.
Yeah, we don't really do it in G League.
I will tell you this though, I played volleyball in high school. I was a all Long Island volleyball player, and you do handshakes before the game, and I was the first one to go all the time, and we would just put our fucking ball sweat on our hands. And stuff.
Wow. That's disgusting.
But yeah, but the funny thing about this is why this podcast is the best because we can say this out loud. The best thing about because we're never gonna get him anyway, so whatever. Everyone's tweeting after Boeheim just being like, "Yeah, well, people forget he killed a guy." People forget he killed a guy and got a standing ovation when he got back to the stadium. It's fucking crazy. It's never talked about enough. And I'm gonna be honest. I think Boeheim needs to step down, bro. This Syracuse has gotten out of hand, man. He's going senile over there. Nothing's working over there.
He killed the basketball program and that guy.
Oh god, I'm not gonna comment.
Dude, the worst part is like people commenting on that, and then Syracuse fans like trying to reason with those guys that are commenting he killed someone. Like, oh,
You
it was
just
icy
can't.
that night. Like he just
Yeah, like obviously Boeheim didn't mean it, but you telling someone it's icy that night's crazy.
No, I actually kind of I always thought Boeheim got too much shit for it, but I always thought the funniest part was the fans sticking up for him. Like I'm sure he would tell you himself that he fucked up.
Listen, if they just did maybe a moment of silence for the person for the accident that happened, that would be a standing ovation's a bit much.
did they not do that?
They might have, but the standing ovation for coach is wild. Just like you could
Yeah.
obviously
That
he was doing bad. It sucked. It was a bad.
It sets a bad example for society.
Yeah, it's like it's basically like how we just gave the Ravens gave Ray Lewis a fucking statue. All right, that is a segment on.
Oh wait, one more thing about Grasso. I think that he was I like him, but I think that was kind of like a hard. He just came across as such like a hardo. He's complaining about how he can't schedule anyone in the Northeast. And he wants like Northeast competition. It's like kind of if you're gonna do that to like the top tier competition, why the fuck would they schedule you? But I'm also sure he's gonna leave after this year for a better job, like Georgetown or something.
Bro, I'm telling you, I said it before the season. They're gonna be a really good team, Brian.
Brian?
No, Brian's good.
Yeah,
I like Grasso too. But I think that is his personality. Like he is just a hardo. Like I think he just is.
Yeah,
and I think he kind of embraces it. I think
he can get recruits to buy into Brian, like that gritty, like no one gives us a shot attitude. But like if he gets a top tier program, I'm not sure how much that carries over. Like I think it could work at a gritty.
I think it would carry over. I think it would. I think the fact you can get players like at that type of like a low major school respect a coach like that and play as hard as that's hard to do. First off, just get respect from players at a low major.
100%. All right, next topic after the bitch slap. This is for this is our segment viral segment of the week by Hunter Dickinson. This is do you have any thoughts on Michigan State Jackson Kohler, what he did?
The
you can play it on here for people watching on YouTube. If you can get that clip up, champion.
It was the Alabama game, right? I've seen the clip, and yes, I do have a take on this. Jackson Kohler was getting attacked on Twitter for
being a scumbag.
For I don't know the word because it wasn't allegedly, but he stepped on the Alabama player's ankle. I do have a take on that. I would say he's not all the way in the wrong. It seemed to me when I saw the video, I saw another person, Ant Wright, tweet out another video of just the Alabama player seemingly trying to like lock up his leg with his legs, like pull his legs up and kind of try to like almost trip Kohler. And I think like that's pretty dangerous what he did with trying to like trip him up with his legs. I'd be pretty pissed too if I was Kohler. I wouldn't necessarily try to step on the man's ankle. I would, but I mean, in the heat of the moment, man, things happen in the game. I'm not going to agree with what Kohler did, but I don't think he's in the wrong, all the way in the wrong either. I think the Alabama player was trying some shady stuff too now with what he was doing. And I think Kohler reacted, and I think that's something that people aren't looking at.
I think he's kind of like a scumbag.
It's like flopping. Like Wisconsin loves to flop, right? When I'm trying to word this correctly, they do two things. Like they love to run into the dribble handoff and cause an offensive foul, which is complete bullshit.
Yes.
And the other thing is they love to fall down all the time when you're driving in the paint and you lower your shoulder just a little bit. They fall down every time. That's what they're taught. So, like, knowing Coach McCaffrey.
Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah.
Wait, no, whoa. Rewind that back. Look at him right there.
Yeah, he's like trying to trip him.
I thought he was trying to trip him.
Bro, I don't know if he's trying to trip him. You guys are fucking like
Look.
he's just bro. He fell.
I think
the
he's
guy
trying
from
to
Michigan
trip him.
State is just he's doing like squash the bug when you hit a baseball. Like he's on his ankle.
But it goes back to what I'm saying about Wisconsin. Like we're like taught. I'm sure Michigan's taught the same way. All the schools are. If they play against Wisconsin, they flop like that. You land on them, so they know like next time you're not going to do that because we're going to land on your ass and it's going to fucking hurt.
We're not taught, Jordan. But if somebody flops on me, they're going to feel that. They're gonna feel
right.
something.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you want them to never feel that shit ever again.
Here,
Bro, I
watch
think,
Like in terms of like if somebody takes a charge on me, I'm falling for sure.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get that money's worth on that charge. You're not gonna get a little light charge on me now.
bro,
Yeah,
that guy's that player's ankles were lifeless. He didn't try to trip him at all.
You guys are so wrong on that. Hey, look at him, bro.
I think it's because me and Hunter. It's because me and Hunter have seen all this shit before. Like I think that's why.
But this is just clear video of the guy.
No,
he took
no.
a charge
Because you have to
walked him.
the video.
Look at him. He's standing on his ankle.
No, I'm talking about when he's going down before they play
Yes.
that right there.
Yes.
Thank you, Joe. Right there.
He flopped.
His
First of all,
leg-
he flopped. First of all, he flopped.
Yeah.
All right,
Fuck
all
that.
right. You can flop
You
it.
have to
Don't
stop.
don't
You have
flop,
to
and
stop.
that can happen.
Think about it and press on his ankle.
Yes, like he
No,
stopped
he
and
fucking
pressed on.
flopped. You can't flop. First off,
Okay,
that's
you
stupid.
also
Don't
can't
flop,
step
okay?
on your ankle like that.
If he doesn't flop, that doesn't happen.
Oh my god, you guys are crazy. You're allowed to like flopping's part of basketball.
No,
That's just
you're
a
not.
fact.
It's not a part of basketball.
Yes, it is.
No,
No,
it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You get a technical when you flop. How can you say
Yeah,
it's
you
part of
get technical.
basketball?
Because-
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that rule
Oh,
too. I
Well,
love
every
that rule.
every charge
I love
call,
that
the
rule.
person needs to fall down.
Not
No.
necessarily.
No,
Exactly. That's
necessarily.
flopping, even if it.
That's
if it was an
a
offensive
horrible
foul.
argument. That's a horrible argument.
yeah, that
I
no,
was
that
thinking
goes
the guy
against
was
your
kinda
point. That's
right.
why people flop. They fall down to sell the call.
Right.
That's a flop.
Yes.
Yes, that is part of basketball.
It's not
No,
part of
you're
basketball.
able to get a charge. I know now in the Big Ten, you're able to get a charge without falling down.
I'm just saying, I don't think that you should probably stand up and squish someone's ankle.
Yeah,
should
no, I
just
agree
leave
with
it
you.
as
It wasn't a great judgment call in the moment. For
He stopped, thought about it. He's like, my foot is on this guy's ankle. Like, what's the
Yeah.
move? Should I take it off? Should I put it back on? He's like, let me put my full weight on it.
Yeah.
oh no, I don't think it's full weight.
I don't think that's full.
No, I don't think so either. But you know he thought about it a little bit, and I think it's
Yeah.
just like Doug Edward. Like I think it's okay to be a scumbag in some situations. And
It's a
like,
heat of the moment thing.
yeah, I agree. I
so
like.
when Grayson Allen falls down and his ankles fly up.
He did it.
See, that's what I'm
nonstop.
saying. That's exactly what the kid from
Nonstop.
Alabama was doing,
He did it
or what it looked
nonstop.
like. What it looked like.
Grayson Allen is a terrible argument.
No, because he's
That
amazing
did
and
not
he's
help
having
you
a
at
great NBA career.
He's brought
There's
it
a
to the
whole
NBA.
fucking like hour video of him doing shit to other opponents on
which
on
is
YouTube.
literally awesome. Good for him. Last
Super good
topic.
fan.
Last topic of just we got to talk about the women's real fast. That fucking stadium, whatever
picture?
they built in where my mom goes to her banking conferences at, pretty much. That's what it looks like. Like what
Yeah.
these girls deserve so much more than whatever the fuck they got there. There was like 10 people there. It was all reporters and maybe their family. It literally looked like they just built a court in a conference room. That was the saddest sack of shit of all time. And it was like real good teams playing. Women's basketball you got to do better than that for these girls. That's just a fact. I don't think there's another take on this. I think it just needs to be mentioned to how do you do that to like during like Thanksgiving week? They're missing their family. You fucking put them in a conference room, bro.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
At first, I thought the tournament was like in the Bahamas or something, where it's like, where like they can't like get a real, and that was like in New Orleans or something like that, and that there was literally a tournament down the street with teams, men's and women's, playing in an arena. Yeah, I think the sad thing, the sad part about this is like things like that have to happen, like people taking pictures and posting on social media. Stuff like that has to happen for there to be any change. Like the same thing happened with the girl from Oregon women's basketball team with the weight rooms and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
If she hadn't, put out those TikToks and stuff like that, nothing would have changed. I think that's just the sad part. It's like there has to be that kind of social media recognition for like people to like get mad about, for them to be like, oh, okay, now we got to make a change, because they're not going to do it on their own.
That is a good point, actually.
What a lot of outside people don't realize. 2 years ago when we fought for NIL, we also fought for Title IX enforcement, which NCAA literally is not like legally obligated to follow Title IX. So that's like why you've seen a lot of these discrepancies, and it's kind of ridiculous knowing like they share all these revenues from these tournaments and they still don't make them the same exact. Like in that regarding the NCAA tournaments that happen with the weight room and shit.
I mean, but Hunter is also like right too, where it's like, because a lot of these girls just go through it. Probably they're like, all right, this is just what
they're used to it. Yeah,
they don't know. They probably don't know any better if they're not supposed to be in that. They're just happy to play college basketball, which every basketball player is. But that was just complete bullshit, and I think we needed to. Talk about it.
Yeah, I think it's just like, well, like for me, like at Michigan, like I'm not just saying it because we follow Title IX like pretty to the letter. Like everything we get, the women's team gets in terms of like gear and stuff, and facilities and all that. I'm pretty sure. I don't think you see that. Like when we had our Midnight Madness, like it had to be the men's and the women's. Like Duke, you see Duke, it's just the men's team doing the Midnight Madness.
It's Coach K.
Well, I'm not saying it's like, I'm not saying they have to add the women's team in there just to add them, but like I think it's still like kind of shocks me that like there's still like stuff like that happens, because like here at Michigan, like I just wouldn't, like I would think that everything is equal, and obviously.
Hey, your women's team also can like. I remember I was crunching the numbers with the NCPA that I work for, and they're like really one of the most valuable teams in all of sports. Like they can bring like if athletic revenue sharing was a thing, like all of them would be making $80,000 plus a year just based off what they bring in for the school, which is absolutely crazy because it's a women's sport to begin with.
Really, that's I didn't know that. Great job, Joey. Yep. Great job crunching the numbers.
Good job, Joey.
Your women's team ain't too bad either, man. They're fun to watch.
This is great. I remember when
they came
here. Hyping up each other's women's teams.
What's that?
You guys are hyping up each other's women's teams. That was great.
This is so beautiful.
Hey, man, we had Gino on the podcast. We're women's basketball friendly here.
We're a diverse fucking podcast.
We're women's basketball friendly here.
Hey, UConn beat Iowa today by like 2, I think. It was a great game.
Come back.
All right, what's one more winner? I want to talk about the Virginia. We talked like they beat Baylor, Illinois. That was great. Arkansas. I think Arkansas. I mean, Nick Smith isn't even fucking playing. Anthony Black is legit. He's fucking. His hair is awesome. Do you think Arkansas is? Do you think they're one of the best teams in the country actually, or what's your take on Arkansas?
I had them in my Final Four. I think they're a Final Four team. Easily. It's not even a question. They guard and they can score the ball.
Yeah. No. I would like to see like how the team dynamic is once Nick Smith comes back. I would love just to see how he fits in, because it's like it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to add, a player like his caliber when your team's already rolling and you try to add somebody who is going to demand shot, like just like he needs shots, like because he's trying to be a top pick in the draft. Like he's obviously just going to need some shots and stuff like that. Sometimes it's hard to kind of fit him in. I would love to see how their coach does that, and just I'm like Jordan said, though, they are really good.
No, they are. We're getting Anthony Black and fucking Masson. They're unreal. Let's talk about a couple of losers. Let's do over under 7 wins for Louisville this year.
Oh man,
Isn't
They're
that
so
crazy
fucking
that
bad. They're
Let me,
so
let me
bad.
look at their non-conference, the remaining real quick.
They have one player that can play basketball, L. Ellis, which is an awesome name. And he's
They're
playing
so bad.
they're one of the worst teams.
Oh man, this is.
I can't
this
even
is
watch
gonna
their
be-
games. Like that's how bad they are. It is embarrassing. But we talked about that beginning of the year, having a coach come back that's your alma mater with all the history that program had. Like, why would you take that job?
Yeah, no,
It's
Yeah.
absurd.
there's only one man that can fix that, and you know who it is.
Slick Rick.
Yep, that's the answer. He's been at Iona. No one cares anymore.
They can't bring him back. It's impossible for them to bring him
Yeah,
back.
they're not
Oh,
going to
yeah,
bring
they
it back.
can.
They're not going to, but they should.
I mean, Louisville probably values winning basketball games over any allegations that he brought. So I agree.
You think so?
I think so.
They Louisville. That's the only thing they have is the
Oh,
university.
you okay? I misheard you. I thought you said the other way around. Yeah.
No,
I
yeah,
agree.
they'd rather
Yeah,
him come
they-
back, win
They
basketball.
would
games.
rather him come back and bring them to Final Fours than them losing to App State, Bellarmine.
Yeah, these
Wright State.
Louisville players can now have their own money to go to the strip club. You don't have to bring him. He doesn't have to do it, you know. So
Oh, he still can do it.
Looking at their schedule, though, I see a possible win versus Florida A&M,
that's so sad that we just said
Possible.
a possible win versus Lipscomb, a possible win versus Florida State. That's gonna be like a
yeah,
winner.
that's just shit on.
That's a winner leaves or a loser leaves town game.
They
That's
shouldn't even play
dumb
that
shit.
game.
Western
that's
Kentucky.
dumb
I
shit.
think Western Kentucky would beat them.
Western Kentucky's good.
And
They
then
always
the
are.
rest of the teams in the conference, like maybe they can sneak a I feel like they go 1-1 with Florida State, maybe 1-1 with Georgia Tech, maybe take Boston College, but it's at Boston College. I really
You know what
Well,
sucks for the ACC is
I might
that
take that
type.
under.
That type. I'm taking the under, but that type of team is gonna scare the living shit out of some of those top teams in the ACC because when you have a team like that just doesn't give a fuck, they're gonna knock off a team that they should not be
Ooh.
beating.
Yeah, exactly.
One
I
of
think
those
they're-
7 wins is going to be versus like
You
a
want-
UNC or Virginia.
Yeah, you want to get
Yeah.
Louisville early on. Early, if you play them later in the season where they really have nothing left,
Yep.
you don't want that. You don't want the
No.
desperation team that like Louisville obviously still there's maybe something to come together. Hunter and Jordan, I'm gonna sit this one out for just 1 second. Just I have a trivia question. What
I
is
know this one.
what does BYU, NC State, and Wisconsin all have in common?
Have they all beat Dayton?
That's a winner, Hunter. That's a good job, buddy. You get a point. Dukes, here's your Dayton minute. Your team's in shambles, and all I heard was they're going to win a national championship. What the fuck?
We're very injured right now, and I said it to Michigan. I said it to a lot of people. You don't want to play your best ball right now.
Okay.
Like our defense is elite, our offense is in shambles. I think that if we get healthy, though, we'll make the NCAA tournament. But if we don't make the NCAA
Oh
tournament,
well, that changed real
If-
fast.
What?
Oh,
I think if you're asking me for my prediction this year, I think we come into the tournament as a 9 seed and we probably make a run. Like
Wow.
I'd rather be a 9
What's a run? What's a run? What's a run?
Sweet
Elite
Win the
16.
play. They win the
Oh,
playing game.
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16, okay.
so now you're going to make poor champ. I have to go back to one of the first episodes saying where you're going to like be a Final Four team to go on. Maybe we're going to make the tournament in November.
Well, because the A10 in general is a lot worse than the people expected us to be. So we're not winning out of conference games as a conference as a whole. So I think it's going to be tough for us to get 2 or 3 teams in.
That's
think
true.
that's-
You have to win that conference. And
Like
St. Louis
VCU
is
is not
pretty
as good as they're supposed to be. St. Louis isn't as good as we thought they were going to be. So it's tough. It's tough scenes.
That changed really fucking fast.
So fast, dude.
It's, I mean, this was a big. This was a big tournament for us to kind of show out, and we disappeared. Like now we have no guard depth. 2 of our starting point guard and shooting guards out. It sucks. It's in shambles right now this season.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anything about Duke when they lost to Kansas and Purdue.
All right, but when you're comparing like a Duke to a Dayton, you
No,
guys
no.
are in shambles then.
No, I'm not. Duke's just he gets in my head about this fucking Dayton team, and I
Dude,
bet on him
it's
all the
legitimately,
time.
it's fascinating. It's fascinating. We were the first team out last year. We beat Kansas. We beat Miami. We were the first team out of the tournament. Like, if we win, if we just make our conference championship game and our point guard doesn't get injured in the second half, we're in the tournament. We're probably beating Iowa because Richmond played Iowa instead. We're probably beating Iowa, and we brought back every single player.
I would have
7 of
much-
our top 8 scorers.
I would have much rather played
Is
Dayton.
it an ego problem you guys have?
You guys just like love your basketball, Dayton. Even they just mediocrity.
One of the
every
best
single
programs in the
year.
country. It's one of the best. It's one of the best programs to play out in the country.
I don't know about that one.
All right, well that
We
is
get
the
top
that's
25
the-
attendance every single year. Top 25 revenue every single year.
Is that though? Like I
That's
think
facts.
the top programs in the country is like top 10. I'm not thinking like
Jordan,
top
when
25.
someone's when someone's team is like Dayton, when they like could have won a championship during the COVID thing, and like when they all you start bringing out revenue fucking facts and shit.
No, but
That's
we
when
make
you know.
it's not. It's
you
not
gotta-
like a
Dukes has been prepared for fights with Dayton for a long
no.
time.
It's anybody. It's anybody that's been surrounded by the college basketball world knows that Dayton is a top 30, top 25 program. Like, I used to get myself off to Jay Billis talking about UD Arena and how Dayton was one of the best programs to play at. Like, I used to legitimately get myself off to it.
No, that I believe.
Yeah.
100%. You don't have to sell me on that. It's
I'm really bummed. I was really hoping we would avoid the whole Dayton thing tonight.
Oh yeah, you thought I was going to forget that.
It's legitimately like broke me down to my soul. Like, if we don't make the fucking tournament, like, our coach is going to get fired. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
It's
start
tough.
off
It's
ranked and shit. And let's finish off because there's honestly so much fucking shit happened this week. There's so many games. We can't cover fucking everything. And I don't want to sit here and just talk about every single game, just the big games. But Villanova in absolute shambles. That team is it's just not a good basketball team. Like we said, when they lost to Temple, it was like, all right, that's fine. Like they're 2 guys out, whatever. They'll get back. It's fucking that was a trap game, whatever. I mean, they just got they lost to Iowa State, lost to Portland, which you can't. Portland's not bad, sure, but you just Villanova you can't, and then lose to Oregon when you had a chance to win at the end. It's bad over there in Villanova. And is that a like? Do you think Jay Wright's kind of stroked himself off a little bit, being like kind of jerked himself off, being like, oh, you had me, even though you did it. He retired.
Probably feeling himself a little bit. I mean, like
He's got to be right.
Yeah, I mean, like I was thinking about it. I mean, it's very easy to put him in the argument for best college coach in the country last year. Like I was thinking about it throughout the country. I mean, obviously I'm biased. I'm gonna put Juwan up there, but like if Juwan wasn't my coach, I'd probably say Jay Wright was probably the best coach in the country. And so for him to leave, extremely hard. Obviously, bringing a coach that knows the culture and everything, and trying to just keep the show going makes it a little bit easier.
He kind of fucked Neptune, man. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is pretty hard. It's pretty tough, especially since he left and like he just had a whole nother gig to come back. But I think the biggest problem they're running to right now is Villanova's notoriously known for playing 6, maybe like they're weird because it's like they play 6, maybe 7, like 6 mostly, and then like the 7th man will get a couple minutes. I think that's really hard when 2 of those 7 guys are out and you're playing guys who normally wouldn't play for you. Like they're usually never really a deep team, and when you have 2 of your starters out, I think that's when you run into a lot of trouble. So I think they're just kind of they're taking on water right now, and they're just trying to survive as long as they can until Cam Whitmore and Justin Moore come back.
Am I missing anything else that happened this weekend and this week?
Xavier is running Gonzaga out of the court right now.
Game of the century
really?
on Tuesday, Marty. Game of the century on Tuesday at 9:30.
I want to get to that to end it. Wait, what's the score, Jordan?
69-63. My best friend Jack Nungy is absolutely scorching Timmy right now.
Well, because
Really?
Timmy sucks, and also that just proves my point that Duke's a good team. So that's good. Or
I'm a fan of
Gonzaga's
Nungy.
not that good. Gonzaga's a very average team this year. This is a fact.
I feel like you guys were kind of holding Nungy back a little bit. Ever since he went to Xavier, he's been opening up that bag of his.
Here's the thing. Jack is one of my best friends. I was in his wedding. I have nothing but great.
He's
fucking
married?
things to say about the kid. He is married, and I could not be more happy. But he had to get out of Iowa City. There was just his dad passing away. There's just so much shit that was happening during his time in Iowa City. When you get a brand new environment like he has at Xavier, I mean, it was pretty evident that he was gonna just completely.
That's
Yeah,
true,
we
man.
interviewed him.
Sometimes you just need a change in scenery, man. And obviously, he's playing against the best big in the country for 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
we interviewed him, and he said that. He was like, "Listen, I went through a lot of fucking crazy stuff at Iowa. Like my dad died, and it was just like he got out of there, and I'm happy for him. He's really good. He's a quiet guy.
he literally is the nicest human being.
Yeah, like you
in
can
the whole
tell,
world.
he was so nice. But
Happy for him.
Yeah.
So say, I mean, how much time's left?
69, 63, 6.5 minutes left.
If Xavier wins that, what's your thoughts on Gonzaga? Like, obviously, Gonzaga's losses are Purdue. Who's the other one? Who did Gonzaga lose to the first time?
Where did they play?
Texas.
Texas, yeah.
I was on mute. My bad. Texas.
So Texas, Xavier, and Purdue. Like, it's not terrible losses at all. It's just I think they're an average team this year. I don't think they're a top 10 team.
They'll be a 3-4 seed, maybe sneaking a 2 seed at the tournament.
Oh, they're gonna. I mean, with the conference, yeah, they'll sneak in probably a 2 seed just because they won't lose after this. But
I don't think a 2 seed is gonna be possible with them losing this game.
I don't think so either, and I don't think they have really a true point guard that can elevate them right now.
Yeah,
I think Malachi Smith. A lot of people thought he'd be able to come in from Chattanooga. He was a really good mid-major player and be able to just like seamlessly fit in to Gonzaga, but he clearly hasn't. They're off defensively, in my opinion. I think they're still really good offensively, but defensively they're lost.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else that I missed?
Game of the century.
Yeah, game of the century.
UConn's really good.
Tuesday at 9:30.
Oh, UConn. Yes, that's my last thing. UConn is a very good basketball team. When I fucking saw Sonogo, whatever his fucking name is, whapping threes, that team's a problem.
Yeah, that team's a problem.
what's going on over there?
Yeah, what's going on over there? You jerking off?
I got
That's what it sounds like.
my managers with me. One of them's an Eagles fan, so he's
Is that
watching.
Kurt?
No, not Kurt.
Kurt.
I got Hasbulla with me.
Let me tell you, Kurt was electric last time. He was just he hated all of us. All right, yeah, game of the century, Tuesday. Hunter, if you guys win and you're interviewed and don't say something about this, I am going to lose my shit.
Okay.
If Marty Mush is not out of your mouth or Roundball podcast isn't out of your
Marty
mouth,
Mush
Won't do
Marty
it. He won't do it.
Marty
no,
Mush.
this is his chance. He's had time. I mean, this is ESPN game, 9:30 against Virginia. Virginia's like one of the hottest teams in the country. It's a big game for Michigan.
Game of the century.
If you don't say it, I don't know what we're doing here, right, Jordan?
If I don't say it,
It's not even worth it for us to continue anymore.
I will. Some punishment will occur to me.
Okay, let's think about this. Jordan, what's been our biggest moment as a podcast so far?
When he said they were going to win by 20.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hunter Dickinson moves the needle. We need that something said. That's all it is.
Okay, you're right.
Well, and also the Costco kid for some reason. I don't know. That kid's just
The Costco kid was electric.
didn't say a fucking word, but he got the views.
Got the view. Hey, and shout out Champa. I said get to us to 1,000. We got over 1,000 followers. Go on TikTok and follow us. Because the slap got us so many views. That was fantastic. Thank you to Doug Eddard as well. And if you ever have 9 points again, Hunter, I'll smack the shit out of you too.
I took like 6 shots.
Yeah, I don't know that. That's my question. Why?
The text you sent me after the game was hilarious.
What did he say?
I think my phone's dead, but I'm pretty sure I said if you only take 6 shots again, I'm going to kill you.
No. I'll tell you after the podcast, but it was very hilarious.
But what was the reason for that? Just because you guys were up? Like, why are you only taking 6 shots?
I think it was just the flow of the game. We had guys. We were hitting our threes.
He does his media voice whenever it comes to Michigan. We're talking about the slap. He's like, "Oh, I would fucking slap the shit out of him." When it comes to Michigan, man, if the flow of the game, I want my teammates to score, man.
Does it every time.
I'm saying, like, I'm not the type to be mad if I don't like. I would be mad at my teammates if I didn't get the ball and they missed their shots. But if they're hitting their shots, how can you be mad at them?
No, I don't think you get mad. It's just more when you see a stat sheet and your best player, like, obviously there's no secret you're the best player, has 6 shots. You're like, all right, what happened to you? That's the only reason why I asked, because it was like it's also against a team where you can dominate their big easy. The fuck was that, Jim? Was that Jim?
I think Dukes.
Dukes, you're muted, buddy.
Dukes mutes himself and forgets he's on
because my neighbors are here. My roommates are home. This is Nunji's wife. This just came up on my feed.
And they are 21.
That's just funny.
So people were like saying Nunji's going so off so much his wife doesn't even know how to celebrate.
That's her best friend. People are so weird.
No, I thought
that was to celebrate her, man. Being married.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's shitting on her, but it was going off a little bit.
He's also not
Jordan. Would you ever get married in college? If you could do,
I'm not in college.
I'm saying if you found the right one in college, would you marry her?
No.
You'd wait till after. You have to wait till after.
But Nunji's he's 24.
Yeah, Nunji is like 30.
Nunji's a year younger than me.
Tie game.
All right. Well, that is the episode. We will be back on Thursday. We do have an interview for you with an absolute legend. And if you're watching on YouTube, sorry for our friend Hunter Dickinson, who some reason did not know how to turn on his camera whatsoever.
Nah, it wasn't working. I was trying to turn it on. It wasn't working.
We're interviewing Cooley, and on the side, it's all Jordan's like, press camera on. And
like Jordan, I was pressing it.
Like they were fighting on the side while we're
working for some reason.
Cooley's talking about how great Hunter is, and we're just like going after each other in the chat.
Yeah. I didn't know you got recruited that hard by Providence.
Yeah, no, I loved Providence, man. I really did. Coach Cooley is one of the best coaches. Like that's somebody that you want to play for sure.
He is. I think him, Musselman, are like two of my favorite. Like Cooley, I'm going to a game. I'm going to bring Champa and Dukes because you two are busy. I am going to Providence because it's going to be. I can go. We can film dinner with them and shit. I am going to Rutgers Seton Hall game, which is going to be electric. Duke Seton Hall, Duke Iowa, that'll be an easy win. And
do you guys have anything on that game? Like,
oh, we're gonna have something.
Yeah, it's gotta be something on that.
Yeah, we will.
It's gotta be.
And in February, when I go to Rutgers, Michigan, who do I root for? Rutgers is gonna be having me I'm going through them, like they're getting me the guests, like the tickets and all.
I can get you tickets, Marty.
Where though? Where are the tickets at? Are they on the court?
They're either behind the bench. I know actually for the Rutgers game, like they put my cousin like all the way.
Well, you should have say in that, Hunter. You should be able to have say.
If it's like, because I think they look at the name and it's like they seem like my parents will never be up there. My parents will always be behind the bench.
Don't they ask you like who do you want down there?
The Debo does it.
Wow, they don't even ask you. They're not running. What's the operation like over there in Michigan? What's going on?
Don't attack my Debo like that. Or Dobo. Sorry, Dobo.
Yeah. The fuck is Debo?
I'm sorry. We call him Debo. That's why I got Debo and Dabo mixed up.
Do you guys get
Dobo? I'm tripping. Dobo. Sorry. We call him Debo. That's why I got mixed him up with Dobo.
Jesus Christ. Dude. Do you get tickets to every game, both of you?
Well, I'm not in college anymore, Marty.
When you did, asshole.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know you tend not to watch a lot of basketball games.
I watch a lot of basketball games because I was like, you know what? Should I be my own self, use the best app in the world in game time for Duke, or ask
No
my
free
friends
sponsors for you. No free
ask
sponsors.
my friends McCaffrey's? But then I was like, you know what? I don't want to be the one asking the McCaffreys for tickets. You know?
You know who's going to be at that game?
Oh, Rico
They're going to be
Bob?
sitting right behind the
Rico.
bench.
Do you think he already asked?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, he did.
Who?
We have to have McCaffrey on one of the brothers or coach before the Duke game. After?
I want to hear stories.
Yeah, actually I think we should have him on after. And talk
Stories
about
about what?
it. Do you think I want to hear like how many times Rico texted them? Do you think Rico asked for tickets already?
Yeah, I guarantee you he did.
I'm fairly certain he might have. He hasn't said that from his mouth, but I feel like he inclined that he was going to go. Oh, actually, I don't know if he can because MSG is going to be hard to get tickets.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, is it hard to get tickets?
Why would it be hard to get tickets there?
That's what I heard.
For
They're not gonna sell that place out.
No, I'm saying for like players. Like, do you get like it's not
no. Actually, maybe because McCaffrey has because they got two brothers. They have Connor and Patrick. That's 8 tickets right there. Then their dad gets ticket. Yeah,
You get tickets for MSG?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I would imagine they would. He already asked, and they already got them for him. But
all right. Well, we'll see when that comes in after this week. But we have an interview with legend coach Ed Cooley. It was an unbelievable interview. Listen to that, and we will see you guys on Thursday. And then we will also see if Hunter will say our name after a win against Virginia.
Be on the lookout for the game of the century.
Jordan, last thing, do you have any predictions on Virginia, Michigan?
I think it will be a game in the high 50s, and Virginia will pull away by 2.
I have a prediction. Michigan wins by 6. I think that Michigan has been down, looked at as down. Virginia has been like, the cock of the walk. Everyone's stroking them around.
The cock of the walk.
And then I think Michigan takes it to them. Dukes, you have a prediction?
Yeah.
I know it's
sure.
What do you got?
I think Michigan has like a very, very good chance to cover the spread for sure.
That's good. Real fast.
Do we know what it is yet?
No.
Don't please. I don't want to know. Please don't tell me.
No, we can't do that too.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. But
Champa,
if you were to guess, Hunter, how much would you win
God.
by?
Champa, do you have any predictions on Michigan?
Yeah, I think they're gonna do great. I was gonna make my prediction off Hunter's prediction.
Oh, okay. I'll get to that.
I don't know if he has one or not, but like Hunter, do you have your prediction? Maybe help me figure out my answer.
Thank you, Champa. Okay. Hunter Dickinson, do you have a prediction on Virginia, Michigan?
I would have gave you a prediction if Tony Bennett would have accepted our invite to come on the podcast.
Tony Bennett did respectfully decline I got an email back. He didn't even not answer the SID. Email back said we respectfully declined. That was.
Do you respect the I respect the decline. I respect the decline more.
No, I respect it, but I'd also rather not know. So maybe it was like, maybe this didn't see it. So, but it's just like they looked at it. They're like, I don't want to go on that podcast.
I'm actually going to ask him. I'll ask him at some point. I'll try to ask him, like, yo, come on, Tony, come back. Come on.
Jordan, you know what would be a good soundbite after a win? Yeah, that one was for Marty and Jordan because Tony Bennett just wouldn't come on our podcast, Roundball. So, had to show it to him a little bit, you know.
Yeah, throw some shade on him for not coming on the pod.
We can say whatever we want to the big fuck. He's not going to do it.
To the big fuck.
Is that what you called Luca, Jordan?
Yeah, yes, I do actually. I call it big ass and big fuck. That's
To the big fuck. You think you're gonna win, Hunter?
Well,
what do your
obviously, I don't think
what
we're
do your
gonna lose.
managers think?
All right, Wolf, give a prediction.
Wolf, what do you think? Virginia, Michigan.
We need first and last names here.
I showed the wrong. I can't show that. Wolf, give a prediction. Come over here. Give a prediction. Get in here. Give a prediction.
I think we're gonna win.
Oh,
Okay.
He's confident. Wolf is fucking more confident than Kurt. Kurt was like, "Oh, I'm not saying shit."
Oh, yeah.
Kurt wanted to kill me and Marty for whatever reason.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a Michigan fan this year.
Don't say.
This is
he's thinking
on YouTube watching. This is all the managers looking back and forth. Should I say a score? Should I say
What? I'm more than 1 point.
Michigan's going to win by more than 1 point. Hunter, you think you're going to win or no?
Yes. I go into every game we play. With
You think Michigan's going to beat Virginia?
I forgot about this, Hunter. I was watching your game against Jackson State, and I think it was you at the line at the end of the game, and I think you guys were up by like 8 or 9. I was looking at the bench behind, and all your managers were like giggling and laughing or something. Was it about you guys winning more than 10?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
What are you guys giggling about?
We have a good
I don't think
time.
I was on the line.
We have a good time.
Someone was on the
Have a
line
good
to go
time.
up 10, more than 10, and I looked at the bench and I saw all your managers laughing and giggling.
It was probably about the double
We have a
digits.
good time. We get the job done, though.
It was probably the double
It might
digits.
have been mentioned of it.
It was definitely mentioned.
All right,
on the
first, let's give it up. Let's give it up for Hunter real fast. He did say they're going to beat Jackson State by double
I
digits.
want to know my last one predictions, Marty. I want to know my last
And see,
one.
no one said anything about that because you were right. So they only
Exactly.
pick the losers.
Exactly. I didn't
But-
get put on Barstool for being right.
Yeah. No, you don't.
No, I
Being
didn't.
right here is bad. So the fact that the managers were probably like, "Oh, Hunter did say double digits," and they were up 9 at
1 by 10. I looked up at the score for the game like, no.
1 for 1. All right, that's the pod. Here's the interview with Coach Ed Cooley from Providence. See you guys on Thursday. All right, welcome back to another edition of Roundball podcast. We have the legend, the first coach we've ever interviewed, first guest I've ever interviewed for college basketball. We have Coach Ed Cooley. How we doing, my man?
Doing well this morning. Voice is a little sore. Had a rough weekend down at the Mohegan Sun. Played 2 really good teams. But we're here today and excited to be on with you guys and my man Jordan. 3-ball Jordan.
How's it going, Coach? Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Well, first of all, we have 2 different meanings when someone says that it was a long weekend at the Mohegan Sun. I'd probably lose a lot of money, and you just lost 2 basketball games.
Right.
I wanted to ask you, it's early in the season. We talk about this a lot where a lot of teams don't even know like their rotation. They don't even know their identity yet. It's so early in the season, but you played a really good Miami team and honestly a really good St. Louis team. So how is that? How are you going to adjust to playing those and losing them early and getting your team back on track?
Well, the number one thing as a leader is, your players need to see you inspired, motivated, no woe is me mentality. We need to adjust and make a couple of adjustments to our approach in order to have long-term success. Just because you lose a couple of games, that doesn't define where you're trying to go. You got to correct your mistakes, continue to instill confidence in your men, let them know you continue to believe in them, and just improve. In a long run, you want to learn from winning, but there's also some nuggets when you're not as successful for you to get better. And it's humbling, right? Because, by nature, everybody thinks they're great. Everybody is the guy. Everybody is that dude. And in order to get focused, sometimes you need to get slapped to get back up.
I actually have my bad, George. Just one real quick. If one of your players was on a podcast and was like, "Hey, we're gonna win by 20," and like that's just some confidence in them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you be mad at them if they when you got in the next game when you said you were gonna win by 20, you guys lost by 25?
Would I be mad at them? I mean, they're going to speak their truth. I think you have to allow people to be themselves. I don't know if somebody would be arrogant enough to get on and say that. Yet, if they did and we turned around and got smacked, I'll ask them, what was their thought process in actually saying that. It'll be a good conversation, but I wouldn't be mad at them for speaking their truth and their confidence. I would just say undersell and over deliver. That's what I always tell our players.
So if you're not familiar, Coach, our co-host Hunter said that before the Arizona State game. So we've been getting quite a bit of crap after they lost by 25 to Arizona State.
You know what? But he was speaking his truth in a moment, right? And in this early part of the season, everybody has, a thought process. There's not enough game behind them. What do they know about the other opponent? Hunter's in a position where everybody's going to be up to play against him, being one of the featured big men in America, playing against one of the more historic brands playing for an historic brand in college basketball. So those are the things that schools fight. Not just they fight their name too. People are going to be gassed up to play against him and play against that brand.
100%. So I want to backtrack a little bit. We still have a dinner planned, me and you.
Hey, yo, man, come on up, babe. We got let me see. Here's the menu. Okay, we can start at Haven Brothers.
Okay.
Okay, which is a little truck. We can go to Wendy's and get the 99-cent menu.
Ooh, I love
Wendy's. No. Or we can go let me see. We can go to Denny's. Okay, we're moving up the chain a little bit.
The cheddar bun at Denny's. They got a great cheddar bun.
Or we can hit the Capitol Grill.
Ooh.
Or we can hit Constantino. We can hit some really. This is what a lot of people around the country don't know. Seriously, the city of Providence, the state of Rhode Island, has amazing food. I'm serious, like amazing food. So for all of our listeners out there, when you come to one of the Friar games and you're in that sold out building, hit up the restaurants because they're big time. The food is really, really good. Really good.
All right. So I'm gonna come. I am making it a point to come.
You're on full scholarship when you get here, Marty Mark. All right.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
on full grant and aid, all right? And I got you. I promise you can get one of those I'm trying to remember what Hunter got on his. I think he had like a tomahawk chop. He had a tomahawk chop. He had a bone-in filet. By the way, really, really proud of the big fella. His body looks great. His game is good. I'm really proud of him.
Hunter, can you talk? Is your camera's not working?
I can talk. My camera's not working. What's up, Coach?
What's up, big boy? How you doing, baby?
Good, man. Good, man. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, man. How's your mom and dad? How's your brother?
They're doing good. No, they still talk about you and Coach Thomas.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, can you do me a favor with some of your NIL money? Can you send some to my way, bro?
Yeah, I got to pay you back for that Capitol Grill, man. No, I still.
We were just talking about that.
I know. I was in the background when he was talking about it.
Is that hey man? Let me hold a few C notes, man. Those blue, those blue C notes, my man. Let me hold a couple.
I'll send one to Jared for you.
Okay, baby. The kids ask, us old school guys. My kids will tell me, Dad, Venmo, Cash App, Apple this, blah blah blah. I'm like, what? Nah, man, I'm just a cash dude. I don't use credit cards. I ain't trying to use nothing.
You're all cash all the time, huh?
I'm always, my wife gives me a debit card or something, or very, it's rough for us old school cats, but cash, whatever y'all call it. I'm not game with that. That's not my deal.
Hunter, what was were you close to going to Providence with Coach Cooley before he came on? He's like, I recruited the shit out of him. So were you close to going there?
No, God honest truth. I truly did love Providence. Like Coach Cooley is him. Like if Juwan Howard was still with the Miami Heat, he'd be my favorite coach in college basketball. Like,
well, you chose a great spot. You chose a great coach. You're doing well. You're living your best you. You know what I mean? You're doing your deal. I always say this in recruiting, you don't always get what you want. You get what you need, right? You get what you need. And you have to make it about the student athlete. I think so many coaches get sideways. Well, why didn't he come play for me? And it's not about you. It's not about you. And you can't take it personal. There are relationships that last longer than just a yes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't value the no's in recruiting. I value the yeses. Nothing against anybody that we recruited. They chose where they wanted to go for them, not for you. And you can't take that personal. Every time I watch, I always say he's going over that left shoulder. Every time he makes a layup, he's going to like flex. He's going to flex, right? He's going to, take a couple of threes. One may go in, one may not. But I'm just proud of you, honey. And continue to do your due, man. Give Martelli a big hug for me. Give Juwan a big hug for me. You got one of the better young aspiring coaches coming up on your staff that played at Boston College.
Yeah, no, Coach H, he's so funny.
He is the
dude. Coach, I will
dude.
say, if you took that Michigan job, it would have made my recruitment a whole lot easier. I knew you weren't going to do it, though. People were saying you were interested. I already knew all that was fluff. You weren't doing that.
You're at the right place with the right person. I'm at the right school with the right people, baby. That's what it's about. It's about the fit, not the name, right?
Yep.
Coach Cooley, I think you need to have like a podcast yourself for a radio station, because I can just sit here and listen to you all day. I don't know if that's
really
you feel the same, Marty?
I was just going to like, he should do voiceovers or something. I'm so calm talking to him. Like, I want to like fall asleep to like just listening to him. Like, cause he's a coach. I want to ask you a question now, because the recruiting, we ask a lot of coaches this with the NIL stuff.
Yeah.
Has it been harder for you, easier for you? Is it adjustment? And like this fucking transfer portal is like, it's like free agents every year. How has coaching changed from when you started to now?
Well, I'm starting year 29 in coaching. I've been blessed and have had the opportunity to work at some great colleges and work with some great leaders. And you have to change with change, right? The game has changed. Portal, NIL. I think it's great for our student athletes. Are we still instilling educational values into our men and women? All right. I always say so many people want to chase dollars, but are they still chasing their purpose? And I say, if you ever chase money, you'll never catch it. Bezos hasn't caught it. If you chase purpose and opportunity, you'll surpass every dollar amount you can actually spend. I'm telling you that from my own seat. That's it. You know what I mean? I mean, growing up the way I grew up, I didn't have anything but an opportunity, a dream, and a purpose. If I was chasing a dollar, I still haven't caught a dollar yet, right? I haven't caught that. And for our men and women who have the opportunity to make money on the name, image, and likeness, say please, say thank you, have gratitude, look in the mirror and see other people of who you can help. Those are the things that are attractive to companies that want to, support you. And oh, by the way, and if you're a good player, opportunities just grow. So if you think somebody's just going to pay you on your likeness, first of all, you got to do something, right? You got to do something to earn a dollar. So many of our men and women think just because they play a sport that they deserve. You don't deserve shit. You really don't. You really don't. Like, you got to go out and earn what you want and become what you want to become by utilizing the school, by utilizing the relationships that were built, and then go from there. I don't think it's been a hard transition because we're not going backwards. You got to embrace it. Embrace change, make the best you can. And again, if Providence College can do it, great. If they can't, keep it moving.
Do you see like a sense of like entitlement for some of these recruits coming in? Are they too worried about money, or do you think it's still the same before NIL was a thing?
I'm not going to put all student athletes in that situation that are recruitable athletes. For some, which they should take advantage of, some kids don't have much. And what they have is their talent to, so many young men and women think of their families. You know what I'm saying? So you ask somebody, hey, what, like, if you want $1 million, what you do? I want to buy my mom and dad a house, or right away, man, some of these people don't have basic needs. The lights got to come on. They don't have food every day. You know, they don't have clothes. So then they're stigmatized because they may not have a certain shoe brand on their foot. You know what I mean? So I think some of it is out of necessity, and they may not say that. So during the recruiting process, our staff, we bring it up on what we're capable of doing. Beyond that, you got to be good enough for somebody to want to pay your sorry ass. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, you get like, you know, like if I'm not a good coach, I'm not going to stay employed, right? If you're not a good player, why do you think somebody's going to pay you? Just because I play for Providence College and, you know, I am able to make a three. I'm 1 for 37, but I deserve, you know, I done missed 4 free throws under a minute and we lost. But what about me? Not about you, baby. I get it. We do the best that we can. And I think, you know, it's a long answer, but it's real.
I just think that a lot of kids in high school, they're a lot of them are, they're not all of them, but a lot of them are worried about the Instagram followers. It's worried about their highlights more instead of finding what school fits them perfectly, like to go into. Because we talked to Jordan and Hunter, like when they got recruited, like when you go to a college, you got to see like, oh, can I actually see myself going to school here? And it's like not just about basketball, it's everything. And I don't know, it just seems like a lot more people are worried about NIL instead of where they actually will fit on a team and like fit the system or even with the coach, you know?
I mean, I don't want to undersell the value of what NIL can do for young men. And I don't want to undersell that.
Too, yeah.
I mean, it's a great opportunity. It teaches our kids about business. It teaches them about tax structure. It teaches them about, you know, financial stability, financial awareness, you know, generational growth, generational wealth. Those things are important life skills. You know what I'm saying? And we, as the guardians of the game in coaching, have to do a great job educating our kids on the importance of having that knowledge. So what are schools doing to talk about all of these things with financial growth? And hopefully schools are doing the right thing. But when you find the right fit and you're there for the right reasons, Hunter, you're going to meet the most special people of your life in that school. Yeah, you are. I mean, you're ride or die guys. Okay, so just to put this in perspective, we had probably, I don't know, 37 of my former housemates, teammates, college people that I went to college with that flew from all over the country to come down and watch us play this weekend. Just think about that.
Yeah.
People you knew for 4 years. You probably, in high school, you're probably ride or die with 2, at the most 3 of your friends from high school. But your ride or die guys and people are college. Like beyond the educational, the social development of college is so important. Think about it. Probably your best man there. You may find your partner there, you know, godparents of kids. Just think of all the stuff that's about to happen to you was because of college. And that had nothing to do with 1 + 1 or what Socrates said or what Plato said or what you learned in microeconomics or what you learned in cultural diversity. Those things are greater than just going to school.
For sure. Coach, you know, you talk about that. Can you talk about, you know, your loyalty to the city of Providence and, you know, like that relationship that you have with it? I mean, I know your story, but I don't think they do with, you know, that kind of relationship with you have with the city. Like, you know that you're never leaving Providence. Like no other job will give you that satisfaction of being able to say that you coach for the University of Providence.
Well, Hunter, I appreciate you saying that. Never say never because things happen, change happens. You know, the likelihood is slim, yet never is a really powerful word. The relationship I have with our city stems from the growth as a young man and, you know, growing up with limited means, very, very limited means. So my job here at Providence College is to give those who were less fortunate, looked down upon, and always kicked aside to ultimately live a dream of opportunity. And for our young men and women in our city and in our state in particular, I don't want them to feel like they're less than because they didn't have necessities growing up. If there's opportunity knocking, you already know it's there. Don't ask who it is, right? It's opportunity. Take advantage of it. Have incredible gratitude. Give back. The relationship, like we lost this weekend, Hunter. 2 tough games, 2 great teams we played. I feel bad about all the supporters that came. I feel bad about all of our fans season ticket holders and our administration. I feel awful today about that. But what do I do about it? Try to correct it. Try to be authentic. Try to be direct. Try to be open. Let people know, hey, man, it's part of a process that we're dealing with. In today's college sports world, everybody's going to be coaching new teams versus programs year in and year out. So I appreciate your question, and it's a well-asked question. I just want people to believe that they can become anything they want, regardless of their background, to become something special in their own backyard.
Yeah, that's
Can
great.
you be my dad or something? Can you just you are? I mean, I don't even want to talk because I just sound so dumb. I'd rather just listen to you the whole time. It's fantastic.
Well, I mean, I just appreciate being on with you guys. When Artie came down and said, Monday, can you do this? I'm like, I said, who is it? Said, you guys. I'm like, I'm in. I'm in. And I even thought about it this morning. I'm like, damn, I just got our ass kicked. Blah, 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 blah. But you know what? The right thing to do is to continue to build this relationship, because great things are going to happen from this relationship.
Oh, Coach, I had to get on this podcast after guaranteeing a 20-point victory, and we
told him.
5.
Yeah, you know what? I watched that and was stunned. But you know what, though? You'll learn. It's not like college football when you lose one game, like, the season's over. Think about that.
Yeah.
Teams are losing one game and they're out of a national championship, discussion. The likelihood of going undefeated in college basketball in today's era is unlikely. Not that it can't happen. That's where the word never comes in again on a good side. Yet, it's part of growth and development. Hunter, be the leader, man. Go out there and, okay, what happened? You got to do a good job of being the coach in the locker room, right?
Yep.
People are complaining. You got to say, no, we're not doing that. We got to get better. We got our ass kicked. We'll learn from it. Let's enjoy today. Let's prepare. Let's be hungry. Let's be determined. Let's go out. You got to become the coach in the locker room and an extension of your staff, so that, their job is a lot easier when you're the bad guy and not them, right? Leaders are not always like Hunter. They're not always liked, but I'll be damned if they're not respected. You don't got to like me. I don't give a damn if you like me. I got enough friends trying to get rid of them, right? But I'll be damned if you ain't going to respect me, because I'm going to do the right thing.
Yep, you're right.
So go to do the right thing, man. Be that dude, bro. Be that dude.
Got you, Coach.
My guy.
Be that dude. I'm. You know what? I am telling you, I am coming to Providence. I think I'm going to come against Seton Hall. How about that? All right.
Let's do it. Again, you got Comp Blanche, home away from home. Arthur Parks will show you, what it is. Jordan, if you're ever in the area, like I said, Fran McCaffrey and I are really, really close. I watch you take a bunch of bombs, man. I mean, bombs. I don't know who the hell you guarded out there, but hey, you scored 39 and the other kid had 38, but man, you guys won.
I mean, that's the game plan. Outscore the opponent.
No, I tell you what, though, you know what I love, Jordan? I loved your swag. Like, as I've seen Hunter develop, I've seen the real, true person come out. Like, I mean, like the fight, grit, like talking shit. I like that. And I mean, like, yeah, dog. We in the building around this place. I love that about the both of you guys, and really, really big fan of both of you.
Coach, the last thing, because you're talking about that, because that's what I love about both of them too. Like, they both don't seem to give a shit. They both know they were good. They're gonna play their game. How do you feel like with Hunter, who's one of the best players in college basketball right now? People know his name. Having a podcast like this, being able to just kind of talk however he wants to talk, not have to be like, this is Barstool, he can say whatever the fuck he wants. But right. Say, man, today I felt good when we won against at media day. Like, how do you feel about that?
Well, I like it. Again, when you're in college, it's not like you're in the professional level. There has to be some sensitivity. Has to be some mindfulness, where you're not making it about yourself. You're not making it about or degrading another opponent or overselling your team. You're just kind of having an open, honest discussion. You know what I'm saying? And giving your personal opinion. Now, what Hunter has to be aware of is, like, he's got to go into some tough venues that, people aren't going to be as mindful about what you say. You know what I'm saying? So, when you walk into Indiana, good luck, bruh.
That was the one.
Yeah, good luck, baby. Like good luck. You know, I think it's a great opportunity for these young men to grow and develop in a professional setting. It's an opportunity for them to have an earning while they're playing. I think it's a good platform for people to get to know you now, the person, just the player, right?
Exactly.
People, you have a chance to know who you are by your voice. I'm very proud of how you asked the question. There's going to be another job opportunity out there for you once your basketball career is over, once you continue to make this a national platform for what you want it to be. So I think it's great. I think it's really good, you know. Maybe in the future, Hunter, maybe in the future we'll have me and you on Ebony and Ivory podcast, baby. Right?
For sure. I like that, Coach.
We can always use a fourth co-host. I'm telling you, Coach, whenever you want. You have an open seat. I'll shut the hell up too. I'll be limited to 3 sentences a podcast.
In all honesty, here's one of my dreams in life. It's one of my dreams in life. I would love to host something with my son Isaiah, who is one of the funniest, most outgoing critics. If you think Stephen A is good, you haven't listened to Isaiah Malik Cooley. I mean, hilarious. And he has incredible insight. You know what I mean? Like, again, you know, when you're a coach's kid, you've heard it all.
Yep.
You've heard it all, you know? So that would be one of my dreams, is to have a podcast with my son, who is absolutely incredible. Incredible.
Hey, when I come down, man, we'll just have him on with you.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I
So
would
you're
honestly,
around,
that would be a dream of mine. And I'm like, we need to have like a guest on here so I can ask them some questions. Well, you know, in 1974, and you know, when the basketball was damn near leather and orange and black and green and half plastic, you know. It is all love, man. I love being on with you guys. You guys do a great job. Great job.
I love it. Coach, thank you so much for coming on. Good luck for the rest of the season. I'll get in touch with you. We're going to come. If Jordan's around, he's coming. Hunter has to play basketball.
Yeah. Hey, Hunter, hey, man, go become a first-team All-American, man. I hope we can play in a Final Four before you graduate. I hope we can do that together. Jordan, continue to do your thing. If you're in the neighborhood of Friartown, you're always welcome. You would be on full grant and aid yourself, my brother.
I appreciate that, Coach. That means
I got your back. We got you. Thanks a lot for having me on.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck on the season.
Thank you, baby. Good luck. Say hi to Mom and Dad.
For sure.
My man.
Appreciate you.